Hello everybody, it is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode number 121 of Constructing Los Dangeles. What is up, guys? We are back today to continue working on the city. We got the Eclipse Towers in the background looking all tall and pretty up in the sunrise and stuff like that. But anyway, we're up in the Hollywood Hills area. We're not going to be working up here today, most likely. But there was one thing that kind of caught my eye when I was flying around the world last night. In this half-finished modern house up on the hill, which it has a great location. I need to finish it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But it's the structure of it's kind of up and good. I just kind of have to furnish it and fill it in. But and just add more detail to it. But this is normally a balcony on this house. I have built this house before in one of my friends' worlds, and I'm just imagining how nice of a view this is going to be once this area is kind of 100% finished. We got this big plot over here, which is new. So I went ahead and just filled all this in between episodes and kind of have like a wall here. Did a little bit of terraforming kind of around this area just to fill it in. So we have a whole big space here where we can add a bunch of stuff. So that's going to be great. And then let's see. What else do we need to see? Oh, yeah. Over here. The Los Dangeles Laggers. I changed up the font a little bit. I guess I can say font, right? It's technically a font. I changed it up a little bit, made some of the letters a little bit more curvy kind of looking, and I think that looks really good. If you look at it from a distance, I think it looks a lot better than it did. Kind of like, let's peek through here, I guess. Look at that, Los Angeles Laggers. That's gonna be an awesome thing to to have right in front of the stadium. So that's good. And then over here, last episode we were working on this building, guys, and we were calling this a nursing home. I did a little bit more of work on this, kind of have some of the detail kind of added to it. And, the more I look at it and the more the building developed, I did a lot of changes to it. I kind of built it up and then kind of, changed some things and kind of like did a lot of, trial and error with it. And, the more I look at it, the more it starts to kind of branch away from like what a nursing home would look like. So when I look at this building, the first thing I think of is a police station. So I'm thinking that we're going to transform the nursing home from last episode, the same exact building. We're just going to call it a police station instead of a nursing home. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of a change to the floor plan on the inside, but it shouldn't be too bad. I think this building looks like a police station. So this is going to be the, the main unit of the LDPD. So that's going to be pretty good. And I like this. So I'm going to finish off this building. Not going to do it on this episode, but this building, I am going to finish it off. And this is going to be my police station here on Los Dangeles. I think it's a kind of a better spot. People were going bananas in the comment section of last episode. Okay, guys, you gotta take a step back for a second, and you can stop getting so crazy about it. Just because the nursing home is across the way from the stadium doesn't mean that we need to, freak out. All right, this is not real life. Some people got to remember that. Okay, this is Minecraft, so it's okay if we have a bunch of old people stashed away next to the stadium. It's not like here. Well, let's fly over to the stadium real quick. Okay, we're over at the stadium, right? Do you see any people in this stadium? Do you see 80,000 loud fans in this stadium? I do not see those people. So, people in the comment section were like, it's treating it like it was real life. It's like, guys, chill. It's a game. There's not actual people in this world. It's just me. It's just me. Look, it's just me. So it's like, that's crazy. I'm reading comments and people are bashing me because I put a nursing home right next to the stadium. And I'm just like, well, you know what? Old people are going to complain. I actually didn't even say that in the video. I was like, they're deaf. They can't even hear it anyway. So whatever. I'm just going to do this real quick before we get started. And what I actually want to work on this episode, I was going to have this kind of loop around a little bit. I did it down here. It's kind of like sticking out one block. So I figured it'd be better there as well. Just to add a little bit more to it. Yeah, this building's going to be nice when it's done. I think it's going to be a great little design for a police station, kind of unintentionally. So, anyway, guys, we're flying down the road here. We're taking a little bit of a travel route. We're going over here. We're going to work on this area of the map on this episode. So, over here, I've added some things. I did a little bit of terraforming here, kind of extended this terrain, made it like higher level because, kind of come under here, and it was pretty much all like flat down here. So, I kind of extended it up to where the road is. Of course, I already talked about the flat area here, which we have lots of space for. So I'm probably going to add a bunch of things here. I have, there's plenty of stuff I could add. This is a huge space. It's not really like, it's much more, it's vertical this way. There's not a whole lot of space from like front to back. You know, if the door for a building is like here, it's not a whole lot of space going that way. So that's a little bit of a restriction of like the amount of things I could potentially build. But I'm thinking that I could add maybe like a car dealership. Is definitely something I want to build. I just need to, you know, kind of find something I like when it comes to that. Shopping mall is a possibility. I am going to add a fire station, ideally right next to the police station. I feel like that would make some sense. And then stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and work over here. I have this kind of little divide in the road here. So, you know, we got a little bit of under construction maintenance work here in the city. So, you know, obviously the neighborhood folks can't get to the city right now. So we're going to have to fix that up. I want to build a bridge this episode. And I want to kind of make it similar to something that we've had in the past on this world. If you guys remember back to the early episodes, I had a bridge on the other side of the world. Whoops, that was a really poorly placed blocks right there. I had a bridge on the other side of the world that was, you know, put in. And I ended up getting rid of it. Just, you know, just things changed over time. And now we're going to try to add something similar on this side of the map, you know, which is kind of a little bit different, kind of a little bit more updated to, you know, today's Minecraft, I guess. So that's what we're going to try to do this episode. We got lots of bridges in Los Angeles. It's one of my favorite things to build, to be honest, because you can do a lot with a bridge, and it always makes a city look a lot prettier. I really do like the two bridge design and the river that runs through, you know, the main part of the city, like, you know, straight ahead. That's like one of my favorite parts of the map, you know, just having that kind of like divide between the, like, there's a river that kind of runs straight down the middle of the city and kind of divides the two cities. I might even consider making like two different boroughs. Like, you know, we got like the main district would be, you know, kind of like a Manhattan equivalent, and then like where the stadium is could be like, you know, something like, you know, just like another borough of the city. So we could have like two main boroughs, like one on each side of the come up with some names, maybe some side names. But that's a cool idea, stuff like that. And another idea that I saw in the comments, somebody had the idea to make a company name called Bone Meal Soda. Now, I've read this before. I don't think it's the first time I've read this comment. I think I read it on a previous episode. You know, Bone Meal Soda, that's you know, obviously it caters towards this texture pack. You know, the soda is like the bone meal looks like a soda can. So that's a really clever idea for the city texture pack. And that's something I definitely consider, you know, adding to this world. Like, you know, we could have like a sponsorship. We kind of like the Coca-Cola of Minecraft. We could have like a sponsorship going with like McDonald's of the world, you know, since McDonald's has a sponsorship with Coca-Cola IRL, stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. Sidewalk. Am I actually going to keep the sidewalk? Hold on. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, people got to cross the bridge, right? On foot, I guess. So yeah, we'll keep the sidewalk. So I'm just gonna kind of get the road filled in, and then we'll start putting the bridge in. But yeah, Bone Meal Soda, that was a good idea. I feel like I've read that before somewhere. Definitely on one of the comment sections. It might have been the same person, just kind of, you know, trying to reach out to me. But definitely a good idea. So that's definitely going to be, you know, high on the list of possibilities for company names. So that is not question of the day, by the way. We will get to the actual question of the day, and it's a simple one, and we'll get to it pretty soon. As far as this goes, I think I'm going to get rid of this completely. Like the grass that kind of runs down the middle. I'll leave it for this area because this is kind of still the neighborhood. So it'll give us kind of like a clear road change, kind of, you know. Since obviously the roads in the middle of the city are not going to be the same as the roads in the neighborhood. You know, that just doesn't make any sense. That's something that I kind of had to learn as I went. Because in Danville, my old map, you know, every single road and the whole city was pretty much exactly the same. So, you know, I kind of had to understand. Like, I knew I had to do it, but, you know, it kind of was something I had to, like, figure out for myself. I hadn't had to understand that, you know, not all the roads need to be the same exact size and shape or, well, you know, color or whatever. I don't know, like, same design, I guess is the best way to put it. Because, you know, there's always going to be variations. So, in the city, you know, we have a little bit wider streets, stuff like that. You know, the city roads aren't perfect by no means. You know, they're because, you know, in real life, city roads have, you know, the two, like, I guess there's a lot of one-way roads in cities, and you know, lots of like merging lanes and turning lanes and stuff like that. And we don't have a whole lot of that in this world. But that's fine. I mean, it's hard to add all that stuff into Minecraft because it does take up more space than you think. And I don't want to spend too much space on roads you know, there's a lot of roads in this world, and that does take up a lot of space that I could be building things. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this grass real quick. And then I'm just going to kind of fill this all the way to the end. And then we'll start to add this bridge. I like this spot for a bridge. This was an area that I was kind of having trouble with, because it's kind of like, you know, I want to make like a transition from like the kind of suburban area of this world. I want to make like a very distinct transition between them. So obviously on the other side of the world we have the tunnel that leads out of the city. On this side, this is kind of be the exit of the city. There's going to be like a kind of like a small bridge that leads to this area, kind of right outside the city. So that's kind of the idea. And then over here, this road, I don't know if I've talked about this before. I think I have. But this road here is going to be a pier. This is going to turn into like kind of like our Del Perro Heights kind of thing, or, you know, Vespucci Beach, or, you know what I mean, like in GTA, you know, Santa Monica Beach, Santa Monica Pier in LA. Like, no, that's what that's based off of. So that's probably what that's going to be. And then I'm probably over here. I think I have talked about this stuff, but I'm just kind of going to reiterate it right now. Over here, this road, I'm probably going to have this extend out into the ocean, and this is going to be probably a highway that kind of just runs out to, like, you know, the great beyond, since, you know, that's the edge of the map. All right. And then over here, we're going to add a big beach, which I'm going to be working on pretty soon. So that's, we got a lot of stuff to do, but so at least we have a plan for everything, right? The whole world seems to be pretty well planned out. It's just a matter of building it. All right, so let's go ahead and sleep real quick. Do I have a bed around here somewhere? I probably don't. So let's just go ahead and drop one right over here while we have one. I've been kind of like trying to scale down the amount of beds. I've been kind of like scattering them around the world just so like they're kind of everywhere, you know, in proximity to everywhere I would be building. Not the easiest thing though. All right, so for this bridge, I'm thinking about, you know, kind of not doing any white. Like, I think that's going to be a little bit overkill. I'm going to do some more, you know, stone colors. So let's go ahead and just get out some things that we might need. All right, so that's going to work. So my thought is we're going to kind of do this. So we got a little bit of terraforming here. Look at that. Lots of terraforming in this world. This seed will never be the same, you know. The original seed on this world looks nothing like it does now. All right, so we're going to have this kind of a 2x2 square pillar kind of coming up. And it probably will be like about that tall, and I'll have that. So that would be like the distinct start of the bridge. So this is going to be, let's see, how am I going to do this part? I'll probably have this come across like this and kind of connect down to here. Let's see. I'm going to have the edge of the bridge on this side right here. So we're going to take this up. And I guess while we're doing this, we can get to the question of the day. And like I said earlier, it is a simple one. The question of the day is, what's your favorite movie? So I'll start off by saying that I'm not really a movie. I like TV shows more than movies, if that makes sense. I like movies. I don't like them as much as TV shows. I get more hooked to TV shows just because, you know, they're kind of more, you know, you have more time to develop characters, and, you know, the plot gets a lot more intense. Like, so shows like Breaking Bad and stuff like that are like right up my alley. But, you know, I do like a few movies. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge movie guy. I prefer TV. But as far as my favorite movie goes, it kind of varies. You know, I don't have one movie that's like my all-time favorite that I could watch like on repeat. I really go through kind of cycles on what my favorite movie is. As of lately, my favorite movie that I've watched, is that one block too tall? Yeah, it is. My favorite movie that I've watched, you know, recently is probably The Wolf on Wall Street. That's a great movie. I really enjoyed that movie. That is, it's got Leo DiCaprio in it. It was, I'm sure everybody's heard of it. It's really popular. You know, it was an Oscar nominee for Best Picture last year. So really good movie, and it's, you know, critically acclaimed. I think that it's a funny movie. You know, it's got like that kind of, you know, crazy, you know, stockbroker Wall Street life or whatever. And I like that. I thought that was a really good movie. That was one of my favorite movies as of lately. But all time, I would say my favorite movie of all time is probably Remember the Titans. It's like a football sports movie. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. It's pretty famous, pretty popular movie. That's probably my favorite movie ever. But then again, it fluctuates. So I don't have like one movie that's like, oh, my all-time favorite movie that I could watch over and over again. But if I were to choose one, I would probably say you know, Remember the Titans. So I probably made like a very simple, easy question that could take 2 seconds to answer, and I probably turned it into like something way too complicated. You know, overcomplicated that answer. But, you know, that's what I do. But anyway, guys, thank you. Well, thank you for the question. And also, if you want to leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section of this video, feel free to do so. Also, leave them on Twitter at my Twitter handle, FPSDan. You're more likely to get your question answered. Even though I haven't taken a lot of questions from Twitter lately. A lot of them have been repeats. You guys, at least going through the comments, I've been getting a lot of repeat questions, like stuff like, what's your favorite build besides the Alpine Mansion? Stuff like that. Stuff that I've answered before. And stuff that's kind of like, lots of that. So, the more creative you are with your questions, the better chance it'll be answered. So, if that's a motivation to think about it, obviously, feel free. And yeah, so let's go ahead and continue what I'm doing here. So, I don't want to put anvils here. I'm probably just going to put like some cobblestone walls. But let's just go ahead and get started with my actual like plan for this. So, I'm going to have this kind of go up like that. And that's going to be good. So maybe if we even take this all the way through like that. Is that going to look weird? Yeah, I don't like that. So let's just kind of, what if we did like that? That's actually better. I like that. All right, so this is going to kind of go up. And a long-time viewers of this series will probably remember this, this old, bridge. And I didn't tear it down because I didn't like it. I just teared it down because it wasn't really fitting the area anymore since I changed all the stuff around it. So it was never a bridge I disliked or anything like that. It's just something that just had to be taken down. So it did. But it was a favorite bridge of mine. So hopefully we can try to do something similar to it here. The idea of it was kind of like an arcing bridge, something like it just kind of supported itself, and that's what we're going to kind of shoot for here. So I'm just going to kind of get the design down pat for now. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So this is going to become 3 blocks here. So 3. It's going to be tough to connect it. That's going to be the hardest part. Is that lined up? Oh, wait, is this 4? Oh, it is 4. I thought it was 3. All right, so we're going to go up 3 from there. All right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And right here as well. We're going to try to connect this, kind of just meet it at the top. It's going to be a pretty steep. We might have to move it in a little bit because it's going to take a very, very steep angle to connect these. Kind of make it like that parabola. That's probably what we're going to have to call it. The parabola. The parabola. Everyone's now reminding people of like their math class and that they have a D in, and it's like making them sad. I'm sorry. All right. Let's see. It's alright. I was very bad at math in high school. I mean, it's not like I was bad at it. I just, wasn't good. Alright. So there's our little arcing design there, which I love. I don't know if I want to make it a little bit more. Like, I'll take that there. Maybe take one off of each side of this. Take one down like this. Just to make it a little bit better. Alright. How did I do that? Yeah, that's a lot better than it was. So here we go. And then what do I gotta do? It's 2 blocks, so then it goes like that and like that. Right? Is that right? Yes. Okay. There we go. That's a nice little arc right there. I like that. So now what we have to do is kind of, since we have a lot more new blocks. That was a very unintelligent sounding sentence. We have a lot more new blocks since, last time I built this, something that looked like this. So we can add some cobblestone walls to kind of support this instead, which I think will be cool. So kind of have like 2 cobblestone walls coming down the middle to support this. But now it comes to conflict with railing, which is not really a conflict because I can solve this problem very easily with something. So how about we do like some upside down slabs. We'll kind of take it across, and then we'll add some more detail to it right after that. Okay, so we'll take this up through here like that. All right, and now let's kind of add some details to this. So let's go ahead and place some. I wish they had like slab stairs that kind of looked like the slabs. That would help this, but that works fine. Okay, so let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, great. So here, let's see. Do I want to put like 2, maybe 3? I might put one like right here. And then another one right here. And then one directly in the middle of this, which would be right here. And that should be good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, then 3, 3, and then 4, and then... So it's not going to be like perfectly symmetrical or anything like that, but I like that. That's looking nice. I wonder if we even kind of extended this out a little bit. Nah, that's not going to look good. Let's see. We can go like that maybe. Just add a little bit to it. We can even put some anvils there. Yeah, let's do it. Just except without the bushes. We'll just put an anvil there, just to add a little bit of color to it. There's no reason to put an anvil there, but I still like it. All right, there we go. So this is gonna be our little bridge. So now we got to kind of connect this down, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna do maybe some cobblestone and just kind of take like one block of cobblestone and kind of take it into the water down here, and then we can add some detail to it. Okay, so this is gonna be like to there. All right, and then should I open this up? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll open this up, and then I'm gonna place like that and like that. There we go. All right, so there we go. We have our little thing, and then you know what? Even better, even to add more detail to it, I haven't used a single quartz block this episode. Might be a record. Okay, so we're gonna go like that and like that and like that. That should look really good. Oh, that's great. So this is looking really nice as our little bridge design. Let's take a look at it from a distance. Oh, I love it. I love it. So now we just kind of have to connect it to one side. One thing though, maybe I want to do this. Maybe. How many blocks would that make this? I think this would make this 5, and then 3, and then 1. 2 1s, and then a 2. Just trying to make the arc look like, real smooth. That's better than what it was. I like that. Yeah, I think, I can always tweak this little arc design a little bit more, but I like this, though. This is good. This is good. So, kind of coming across this bridge. So now we need to kind of just take the exact same design and kind of do it on the other side. So let's do it. Let's see here. So we're going to have, this is going to open up right here. We'll take this up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, I believe. Same thing on this side. So that goes up to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that lines up. I'm just going to ballpark it. I'm pretty sure it does. Is that 3 and 3? 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 5. Okay. Got it. So we got 3, and let's add 3, then 2, then 1, 1, 3, 5. A little theme for this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm good enough at math, which it's kind of ironic since let's see. Let's kind of just connect this as well, just to make sure everything's looking good. Let's go 3, and then we got sleep. 3, and then 2. Why is it so difficult to place these blocks? 1, 1. Probably my controller. I'll blame it on the controller. There we go. Alright, so let's put a bed down, and then we'll kind of continue. Sleep on top of the bridge. Why not? Alright. There we go. So, I'm just going to put a bed there because I'll probably need it later. It's not like I'm going to be done working on this. Alright, so now let's go ahead and place that and that. There we go. We're going to place that there and this, and then our anvil on top of that. Okay. Now what? Okay. I'm thinking, let me try something real quick. What if I went like this? Placed a couple of slabs on each side of this just to kind of add a little bit to it. This might look good. This might look really good, actually. Just to add a little bit of detail to this bridge that might be needed. Just so it's not like, it doesn't look so unstable, you know what I mean? How's that look from one side to the other? Kind of compare it. I don't know. It kind of makes it look like less of an arc. I mean, it's tough to make an arc in Minecraft, but... Well, not really, but... Well, let's see what it looks like if we add on both sides. There's some slabs to it. If we had stone slabs that looked exactly like the stone, it'd be a lot better. That's something I never understood. When I first started playing Minecraft, it's something that I was always confused by. Like why when you the stone slabs look different than actual stone, but like all the other blocks, like the slabs look the same. It's just like kind of cut in half. That was something I never understood in Minecraft when I first started playing it. Actually, that's not that bad. But maybe like we don't need it in certain spots. Like here. Now, you know what? If it's gonna be in it's gonna be one spot, it needs to be in every spot. Yeah, I mean that's fine. It looks better from this angle actually. So yeah, we'll keep that. Alright. So now over here, let's go ahead and add our cobblestone pillar things that like kind of hold up this whole thing. And right here, we'll add our railing. Okay, let's see. So the railing, how'd that work again? We got some slabs. Whoops, my controller's freaking out. It's doing that thing where it puts me in a third-person view when I don't want it to. I don't understand. I gotta get a new controller. I say that like every episode, but still. Don't need to. And here, and right here, and then in the middle, which is here. There we go. So how's that looking? Nice. Let's add our pillars that kind of go down. One of the hardest parts about building a bridge is kind of like, well, this doesn't seem like it'd be a difficult part about building a bridge, but it kind of is making it so it kind of goes like the middle of the bridge is like directly in the center of the water, like kind of the stream below it. I think that I did a good job on that for this bridge in particular. I've failed at that in the past. I think there might still be an example of that in this world somewhere, maybe in Danville. I can't remember, but yeah, that was something that's been a success so far on this bridge. And then we got the upside down slabs here. Main success of the bridge is that there's been no quartz. However, I do think a little bit of color to this wouldn't hurt. And by color, I mean just kind of like a little bit of white to it wouldn't hurt. Maybe. I think we need something to it. It needs something that would just make it look a little bit better. I wonder if we just kind of placed a little anvil thing here, just to add a little bit, just because this I don't really like that transition. I'm not a big fan of that. Obviously, this doesn't really solve that issue, but at least we got the anvil on the other side, so it kind of makes sense, right, from one side to the other. All right, and then 2 more over here. So let's just place our stairs first, because they're like on the other side of the hotbar. I don't feel like too lazy to scroll back and forth. There we go. All right, so now this is what this bridge is looking like from the front. This is nice. I like this. So now what we got to do is connect it pretty much just from the top. So this is where like the slabs come into play. So I wonder where would be the best place to connect it. Maybe like actually like on the slabs themselves be the best way to connect it. That might be a possibility. Let's try it. So we'll kind of just take these slabs across. Let's get some swiftness out. All right. It takes a long time to build a bridge. It's so simple, but it takes some time. All right. So let's see. Here we go. I'm glad I was able to make a bridge like this somewhere in the world, because I did like that bridge that I had. It just, didn't fit the area. So something like that. And then maybe even we'll take it from the top up here. That would make sense, right? From the very top of the bridge. The idea is just so it looks good at every angle. Right here it looks great. I really like it from this angle. It makes it really look like a bridge. Okay, and over here. Let's see. How about from right here? We'll take one across. Stop going in third person, Dan. Stop. Okay, there we go. And here, right? Yeah. So we'll take this. And then we'll do probably one more. We need to obviously have it like height to where a truck can pass underneath of it, which we're going to have to do a little height test in here in a second to make sure that that's going to be all right. How many blocks is this? Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. So how many blocks tall is this grave digger right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this one will fit. However, we have another larger vehicle over here that we need to do a little test for, because I think about these kind of things. So this one might be taller than 6 blocks, or maybe not. I'm not sure. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, yeah, that's not gonna fit. So the flags will bump up against it. So we'll make it a little bit taller. Even though I do really like the way that looks. This is looking great. I don't know, like it might not be for everybody, because it's really simple, but I like it. It looks structurally sound. I like it. Okay. So if it's not gonna be right here, then I guess it's gonna be here. So let's put it here and see if that looks better. Maybe I will just kind of override my little height process thing. I mean, that looks like too many at this point. Too many of those pillars going across, or those kind of connection bars. Let's try over here. All right, I need to get some water. My throat is starting to get a little bit tickly here on me. It's the perks of being a YouTuber. You should see how many little water bottle, empty water bottles I have scattered all over the place. I need to clean up. It's a little bit. So there's got to be at least 10 of them. Drink a lot of water. You know, you got to keep, you know, this beautiful voice, you know, ready to go. I listen to a lot of radio, so it's like sports talk radio, especially. I guess I'm so envious. Some of these dudes have like the best voices ever for radio. I'm like, I wish I had a better voice for it. All right. So let's see. Let's take this cross and see how it looks. I know this is gonna be like kind of break our little thing, but I don't know. I don't know what I like. I don't know if I like it or I don't like it. Just like the last bar there. Obviously, you know, it's gonna have a little bit of a issue here with the. You know, it's fine. I think it's good. I know it's gonna kind of break our rule a little bit, but that's okay. But overall, I like this bridge. This is nice. This is really nice. This is a good little, you know, transition between the city and. Oh man, I really like this from a distance. Let's add a couple of little trees around it. I know it's been a little bit of a trend. I like lately. I've been liking just to, you know, keep it really simple and just kind of just bone meal a couple of birch trees, just a couple of them. For whatever reason, I've, you know, kind of liked this recently, so it's been something I've been doing. Just kind of like scattering little birch trees around the place just to add a little bit instead of having to plant like these big humongo trees. So I'll just put a couple of them around this area. And on this side as well. We'll put one like right here. And of course, I'll also scatter in some bigger trees. Maybe one like right here. Just to add a little bit around it. But this is looking good. I like the way this bridge turned out. I'm glad I was able to, you know, like I said like 5 times. I'm glad I was able to kind of get like that bridge design back in the city. But anyway, guys, that is where we're going to conclude today's video. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Constructing Los Angeles. I will be back with episode 122 in a few days, guys. We'll continue working on the city. Nice little bridge build for this episode. I'm happy with this. So, guys, hopefully you guys liked it as well. Leave your comments for the question of the day in the comment section of this video or on Twitter, like I said earlier. And give it a like if you did enjoy it, guys, like you always do. Thanks for continuing to support this series. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.